This is Gigi Sabat, and you're listening to the Walk With Me podcast. My guest is Dr. Aaron. Welcome back to the show, my friend.
Thank you for having me back. It's an honor.
Such an honor to have you here. Now, why don't you start off by telling us more about you and where are you from?
Yeah, so my name is Dr. Aaron Ozee. I am a Chicago native. I spent most of my life in the state of Illinois. But I am the celebrity author, producer, and director of the international children's phenomenon known as Regulus. And that explains why I'm wearing cheese yellow right now. And we'll talk a little bit more about how that has really helped grow my brand as a creator over in recent years.
I love it. And now, speaking of Regulus here, I have a coffee here, Dr. Aaron here. So it's your coffee, Dr. Aaron's coffee. It's called the Regulus Blend. Now, if you can see that, I'm not sure if you can see that here. I'm holding it up. So it's called the Regulus Blend, and I highly recommend checking it out, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
Tell us a little bit more about it, Aaron.
Yeah, the Regulus blend has been almost a year-long journey, and people might think, "Wow, it takes you an entire year to create a coffee." Well, I mean, if you're looking for good quality coffee, yeah, it takes a year, if not longer, in some circumstances, to produce a product, just like my books or my movies. But this is just something more common and, perfect for the holiday season. So really this started about a little over a year ago when I connected with Breakfast at Dominique's, which is the company that is responsible for making the Regulus blend. And we went through all the packaging to make sure that it was metallic gold as representative of my cheese yellow. And really trying to develop that flavor profile of it being a medium roast, but vanilla mint. So just something perfect for the winter season and something that can warm up the entire family.
I love it. And I actually had a taste of it as well, the coffee. It's absolutely amazing, ladies and gentlemen. I highly recommend checking it out. Again, that's the Regulus Blend. Thank you, Dr. Aaron. We appreciate you. Now, can you tell us a little bit more about your upcoming books?
Yeah, so I have been working on the next two installments as part of the Regulus franchise, which will turn it into a trilogy. So there will be one, a prequel to the original Regulus story, and there will be also a third biographical piece that will tie the two together, but as told through the lens of a children's book. And then outside of the Regulus franchise, there is a third project also in the works with a A-lister celebrity that I can't really announce just yet, but it's very exciting. And it has been going on for some time now. So I do hope in 2024 that my fans and, the world of readers and creators out there are ready for what we've been working on. So.
Absolutely amazing. Now, Dr. Aaron, tell us a little bit more about what gives you joy.
Well, what gives me joy is, there's something I often tell people when I describe what it's like being a published author. And I'm not talking about being Dr. Aaron Ozee for a minute here. I'm talking about just being a published author. And I tell people that it's so gratifying to me that every night I'm able to lay down and go to bed and just think of all the children that are out there around the world who are being read one of my stories as they get ready for bed. And it's a bonding experience, for, the parents and their children. And it brings them together in a way that, is so special and means so much to me. And just knowing that I have so many fans out there brings such extreme comfort to me. But what's even crazier to think about is how many fans of mine are out there that I have not met before, that I don't know yet. And, that is really exciting because it just continues to show that Regulus and everything else that I'm doing as a creator continues to populate and, expand into different parts of the world.
I love it. Now, Dr. Aaron, what message do you have for someone who's currently facing a challenge during the holidays?
Just remember that one of the most valuable things in your life, if not the single most valuable thing in your life, is family. And that family will always be there for you thick and thin, no matter if you succeed or fail. They're always going to support you. And if you don't have family that is around you to support you, then you need to listen to yourself and follow that drive within you that is going to get you to the next step where you need to be in life in order to live a comfortable life. I'm not saying that everyone has to succeed. I'm not saying that everyone has to do so many great things during the winter time, but follow your heart and do what you want to do. And that is what is truly important, is to be with those who mean the most to you and do what is true to you. And what your life is leading you to.
That's very true and very powerful. Thank you, Dr. Aaron. Now, tell us a little bit more about your favorite poem.
So my favorite poem, I mean, I like to be a little bit of a sucker when it comes to this question. And just because, I find my work to be quite superior in nature. And, I've really, have taken the guidance from many renowned poets and other authors, throughout the course of my career. But, for me, one of my favorite poems that I have written, honestly, is Judgment from Celestial Inferno, Poems of Another Realm, which is my first book ever. And it was actually the first poem that I ever had published. And something about that poem in specific really puts things into perspective for me with how small we are in this universe. But at the end of the day, when push comes to shove, what happens when, the great ride that we call life comes to an end. So it's definitely very deep, but poetry has always been one of those things that has allowed me to be a good children's author, and is one of the many things that is responsible for having produced Regulus in the first place.
Very powerful. And one of my favorite poems is by Marion Williamson, very powerful poet as well. Now, Dr. Aaron, do you have any last words for the audience?
Yeah, anyone looking for the Regulus blend this holiday, please visit hollywoodblends.com or any Aaron Ozee merchandise at ozeemerch.com. And to connect with me further about writing, publishing, appearances, anything of the such, visit me at aaronozee.com or on social media and most networks, either at Aaron Ozee or at author Aaron Ozee.
I love it. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure to check out Dr. Ozee at aaronozee.com. And Aaron, thank you again for being a guest on the Walk With Me podcast.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate your time.
It's always an honor to have you. God bless you.